Hey everybody, it's your friend ECW fan, and welcome to part 2 of the end of Winter Haul. And these are the games from January to the end of March right now. And it's been a long, 3+ months, and I've picked up a lot of good games from pawn shops, thrift stores, and Walmart clearance. And I'm going to say, if you can see behind me, my game shelf is slowly being transitioned to the other room. I'm moving comics into this shelf, so it's going to be a process to get done. I'm doing each row, and tonight I've got more to do. So, moving on, like I said, one of the things that's getting harder to find, video game wise, in my area is PlayStation Vita. A lot of thrift stores don't have them. Cheap Thrills doesn't carry Vita games, and the GameStops around here have stopped taking them. And it's a case I couldn't even find the empty cases at one GameStop. She's like, I wish I could help you. She said, we just don't take Vita games. And I don't know if other collectors are having that issue, but I've built like a collection of like 20 to 30 plus games of Vita, and I'm kind of happy with what I found before it got like this. Because GameStop stopped taking them in on trade. And there's a couple games I need to get, but today at a pawn shop I found Assassin's Creed Liberation, and I had to put it in this case until I can get one, in the Vita case, a generic one at least. I had to check with Daryl. If Daryl don't have it, I'm going to be in a spot where I'm going to have to look for, when I'm out of town, look for a spare Vita case. Now, moving on from Vita, I did pick up one Xbox 360 game from a pawn shop, and this one looked pretty cool. I like the cover. Now, like I said, this was in a pawn shop. It wasn't this price. It's Vampire Reign for the Xbox 360, and I love that cover. And I just picked it up for the cover. And I've got an Xbox 360, but I am thinking about trading it in because I barely use it. And I get an Xbox One now. But like one lady told me, they're getting hard to find game systems, and because the lockdown and pandemic and people just massively gaming now the last year or two. So I might do that later on. I might get an Xbox if I find one, Xbox One, to play my 360 games on. But let's get to the pride and joy of the collection here. The pride, the joy. And one of the games I've picked up, and it's got a weird case from Cheap Thrills, and from what I heard, it used to have a Blu-ray. It used to be a Blu-ray game, but all I found was the game. It was Watchmen, The End is Nigh. And I didn't even know this came out for the PlayStation 3 until I saw it in Cheap Thrills, and I picked it up. I was like, yes, I'll take that. And like I said, I'm a big fan of finding good games. And another one I found at a pawn shop, and this is just a double that I could trade later. It is Lollipop Chainsaw. This game to me was, one that I decided to go ahead and trade. I decided, I got it cheap enough, keep it to trade something for something. So it's just a spare. I was looking for Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. I think it was the Tomb Raider HD collection, but I could never find it. But I did find Tomb Raider Underworld at a pawn shop, and I decided to pick it up. I got the reboot of Tomb Raider, and now I got this one. So this is kind of nice to get. Now, I've been watching a lot of PlayStation 3 Collection videos, and over the last couple months, and one of the guys showed off this game in a collection video, and I was like, I've never seen that in my area. And it was about 2 or 3 weeks later, I found Alone in the Dark, Inferno, and this was at Cheap Thrills. So I went ahead and picked it up. I've never played the game, but it looks interesting, and I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. It's in my area, pick this game up. Now this game I found in the pawn shop, it does not have no trophy support. It's weird. Like for the first couple years, PlayStation didn't do trophies until later, and they come back and did some of the old games, but it is what it is. This is Shell Shock Blood Trails. And the cover alone made me buy it, and it was cheap enough. I mean, I think it was like 50 cents or $1, and I went ahead and picked it up. Now, I got this from Larry, and if you watched my video back in January, I had traveled to Larry's shop and then Snooper's Mall. And the game I heard isn't that good. I think somebody did a review of it, and I think it might have been Angry Video Game Nerd. And the game was pretty off. It's Men in Black Alien Crisis. And I only picked it up because it's a pop culture thing, plus it's PlayStation 3, and it's one I don't have. And I could do that, here come the men in black, yeah. I wonder if that song was in this, And truth be told, I have a friend that loved the Men in Black, the first movie, and I must have watched that movie 100 million times with him. And if he's out there watching this, I admit it, I was going to buy the Men in Black movie. I seen it in a pawn shop, and I was like, I've seen this so many times. I really don't need to watch it anymore. I remember watching it with him. I actually saw the movie about 2 weeks later in a pawn shop. And I was like, nah. Another one I got from Larry, and this was an Atlas game, is the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. This makes my second Sherlock Holmes games. And it was weirdly weird to see that Atlas had did a Sherlock Holmes game when I saw it as a developer. And like I said, before I buy these, I always look at the discs real good. I'm like a judge. I'm like, yes, these are good. And Larry had this one. Now, like I said, when I bought that one game when I went to on that trip back in January, I saw this game. It's a sports title, and it was a little bit, priced a little bit above what I would pay for a sports title. But given that I've seen that this sports title has weirdly started, getting popular due to the sad passing of Kobe Bryant, I went ahead and picked up NBA 2K10. It's sad, Kobe Bryant passed before his time with his daughter, and it's a tragedy when stuff like that happens. It's just a sad tragedy because he was happily retired, and at the time when this game came out, he was in the midst of his playing career, and he was Kobe, he was up there. And I don't follow much basketball. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big basketball fan. I have some of the NBA games because I found them cheap, real cheap. But this was kind of one I had to pick up because I've seen this game start being circulated online, so I picked it up. Another game I picked up, and this is one that I found on that sale or that store, and I was surprised, man. This is usually marked up near close to a $20 game. It's the Devil May Cry HD Collection. This is it collects all 3 first Devil May Crys, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I don't have it. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. And it was rare to see that sitting there beside the Kobe Bryant game, and I was like, in that video game section, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. So it always pays to check out these booths for comics and games, because you would never imagine that would be there. So many weeks later, I picked up Devil May Cry 4. Oh yeah, Devil May Cry 4, baby. Yep. And this gives me 5 games on PlayStation 3 for Devil May Cry. I've got the reboot with him in the black hair that nobody likes, and I've got 4 Devil May Crys on the, PlayStation 3. I don't have Devil May Cry 5 on the PlayStation 4. That's the one I don't have. Now, just a couple days ago, I was out running errands at a GameStop, and this ain't what I paid for it. This is one of their original first stickers when they first got this game. I took the one off very carefully, and this one I've got to take some glue gone because I hate stickers. I hate freaking stickers on my collection, and I've got to do that with some of these games. This is Elder Scrolls number 4, and I found this in there really marked down, and I've got Skyrim, now I've got Oblivion, and it's kind of cool that I've got the 2 Elder Scrolls games now for the PlayStation 3. And with Bethesda being bought by Microsoft, I don't know if they'll get an Elder Scrolls 6. And I really gotta start these Elder Scrolls games. I heard they're massive, and so it's gonna be kind of cool. Now, the same day I found Oblivion a couple days ago, I found Lucha Libre Heroes del Ring. I've got some great wrestling games, and I used to see this, and I was like, man, I'd like to get that Lucha Libre game one day. And I seen it years ago in GameStop, and I should have picked it up. But now I've got the TNA game, and now I've got Lucha Libre. So it's kind of cool to get these and the WWE games and see the difference in them. But yeah, pawn shop, baby. Now, the second Kane and Lynch game is one that is not really looked upon as good. It's considered to be trash. And I found the first one marked way down in the pawn shop. And it's basically, it was pretty much a given game. It was what I picked up at a pawn shop. So I went ahead and picked up Kane and Lynch Dead Men. This gives me both Kane and Lynch games, for good or worse. Now, in a pawn shop, another one. Now, I didn't pay this on the sticker price, but I found the club. I have no clue what the club is. It looks like a fighting game, but I'm trying to get the Blair outfit. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, it looks interesting, but it's for the collection, so I went ahead and picked it up. I picked up another one. Now, this one has a unique story to it. Now, a couple months ago, I think back in late January, I went in there and looked in Cheap Thrills, and they had this game, and I only picked it up because I like the dog. It's Dead to Rights Retribution, and there's the Cheap Thrills price. So I said, I'll take a game, something I got a movie, and I'll go in there and trade it. I like to get that, and there's the play on the back. So about 2 weeks later, I went back to Cheap Thrills, and they done sold it. I was like, oh crap, well, that's how it goes. If you don't buy a game, sometimes it's not going to be there. Or a movie or comic, it's not going to be there all the time. So I let it go, and then so many weeks later, I'm in a pawn shop, and I find it in a pawn shop with the club, and the guy was like, I'll give you a deal on both of them. So I didn't even have to pay that, or yeah, this thing is covered with stickers. It's like the tale of life with Dead to Rights Retribution. It went from it's amazing how quick it just dropped price wise. But yeah. Now this one I bought with I had 2 coupons, and I went ahead and bought this. And I've got the second one. It's Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the first game. Yeah. I was really excited to get this. I've got these games are like the X-Men Legend games that's behind me on my shelf. And I've got both of them now. So that's kind of cool. There ain't no third one because it was made for the Switch. And as much as I want to get that one, I think I'll hold off. And I've got too many Switch games now I got to start. But it's kind of cool. Getting Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the first one. And speaking of sports games, and I was in a thrift shop, and the guy marked these way down. I think it was like a buck a piece for him. But I got NCAA Football 09 and NHL 11. These were kind of cool. Yeah, he marked them down for the sticker because I bought from him before. So I went ahead and picked them up. I don't pick up many sports titles at times unless they're really marked down. And I was sitting there later after this. I was in a pawn shop, and I was like, I've gotten every sports title almost. I've gotten football, basketball, baseball, hockey. What am I missing in my life right now, game-wise? I am missing bowling. Yes, bowling. And I suck in real life at bowling, as Eddie will tell you. And I shot a video of us bowling back last winter. It was around February or January, and we was over at a bowling alley, and I was just terrible, and it was awful. And I shot a video, and then they shut the lights down, and it really made the video not look good. And I finally, I tried editing it. I was like, man, how can I fix this? And fixing spots in it. And I was like, man, it's not that good, and it's just too edited and choppy to do. So I never did post it. But I'm terrible at bowling, and maybe I'll be good at the game. I'm pretty sure you'll get a laugh out of that. And that's the end of the PlayStation 3 games. Yeah, I got a heck of a run of PlayStation 3, and those will go in the collection. It's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Put those in my collection. Now, moving on, I got a good number of PlayStation 4 games here, and at least 5 of them came from a special Walmart clearance. And like I said, check out your Walmart clearance. It's always good to do that. Sometimes they'll put some games in there, and I'm pretty sure if you've seen a million videos of people going around the Walmart clearance picking up 3-cent Anthem games, which I've not been lucky enough to find. But I have found some good deals, and this one came from GameStop with a coupon. It's Wolfenstein Youngblood, and I heard this game was really terrible. So I've got the Wolfenstein games now. I've got 1 and 2, and I got this one. So another one I got with a coupon is Valkyrie Revolution. And I've heard that this game is not as good as the other Valkyrie games. And I went ahead and picked it up. Valkyria Revolution. Yeah. I went ahead and picked it up. I mean, I had a coupon. It was cheap. I like RPGs. I like to try any RPG I can, because they're long. Now, this one was in I think a $2 bin at GameStop. They were just trying to get rid of it. And I was like, I've never played this game before. This is a sequel. This is The Police 2. So I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. I mean, it might be worthwhile for $2. Why not? I can't tell you how good it'll be. Now, getting to the Walmart clearance, and I even surprised Daryl with what I found at times. And this was one of the games that I told him. I was like, dude, they had this for sale. It was Sonic Mania with the art book and everything. And they had marked this one way, way down. And I was like, I'm picking this up. It's got the reversible Sega cover. And there's a game in this Walmart clearance that Eddie, I took a picture of. And Eddie was like, did he have any more? And I went back about a week or two later to see I don't know if he picked them up, because I didn't really notice at the time if there was any more on the shelf, because the guy, it was behind a bin, and the guy had unlocked it. And I told him, I said, go check and see. And then about a week or two later, I went back, and I didn't see no other copies. I don't know if he got one. So Eddie, you can reply if you did. But another one in Walmart clearance down in Virginia was Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus. And this one was in that Eco collection that I got for the PlayStation 3. It's a long time ago. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Now this one was the God of War 3 Remastered. And I found this one in another Walmart. Not the one that me and CJ was in. I found this one actually in the Bluefield, Virginia Walmart. And I know CJ, I think, picked this game up. And I was like, hey, cool. They got the God of War collection. Or the God of War 3 Remastered. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Because I've got the original God of Wars for the PlayStation 3. So go ahead and pick it up. Because I've got 4 for the PlayStation 4. So, it's kind of cool. Now, here is where the Walmart clearance really kicked in. And if you're lucky, and they actually have a couple copies at my local GameStop in Princeton. They have Rage 2. And I remember when this game was fairly new, and this is what's really cool about this. $5, buddy, in Walmart clearance. And actually, they got a couple more copies of this from what I saw in the case. Now, this is the one that really, I posted this when I first got it. I was like, this made the clearance deal really worthwhile. It's 4 complete games. The Doom Eternal collection, the Slayer's collection. Yeah. This made me really love Walmart clearance. And I remember Eddie was, he said, did he have any more copies? And At the time, I didn't really look back in the case, and I should have. I said, Eddie, I don't know. You'll have to go up there and see. I didn't look in the case because I done left. I just took a picture of it outside another place, and um, I checked a couple weeks later, and he was all gone. So I had no idea. I had no idea if Eddie was able to find him a copy. I hope he did. But yeah, 4 complete games for $10. I mean, that's Doom, Doom 1, Doom 3, or Doom 2, Doom 3, and the Doom the 2016 version. So that's cool, man. That's, 4 games that's like $2.50 a game. And that was, I think it's pride and joy from the collection. Even better than a 3-cent deal. Now, this game, and I do give props to GameStop at times. The people that work there, Daryl, everybody that works there are really good. They're really good. Yeah, there's some things that tick me off. Yeah, some things will tick me off rarely, like the PlayStation 5 pre-order, which really irked me back last fall. I was like, darn you. Because I drove there and I didn't get to get one. I did. But there's times when they'll make things right. And with Persona 5 Strikers, I had this on pre-order. And I went there that Wednesday to pick it up. Well, something was going on. They didn't get the shipment in. So the guy told me, he said, I'm going to give you an extra percentage off if you come back later today or whenever you come back. So I had to come back like Saturday or Sunday. I think it was one of those days. So I come back in, and they actually gave me another extra percentage off for having to come back again. So not only did he promise that, they gave me an extra percentage off. I used a coupon, so I got it way cheaper than I thought I would because I'd already paid some on it. So that was really good of them to do, and that's why I'm gonna say it. GameStop can do that. There's good people that work there, and I know people like rah, GameStop's terrible, but there's times when GameStop has some good things, and it's good to end the video with a good story. And I'm on Royal right now. I've already played the first original game, and I went through it. Now I'm on Royal, and I'm getting ready for Strikers, so I can't wait. But that's my haul game-wise, the end of winter. I hope you enjoyed it, and folks, just keep on gaming, man.